Are you truly aware of what's on your plate? In this eye-opening video, I'm going to reveal 8 common foods that could be silently compromising your health and potentially shortening your lifespan after 50. What you'll discover might shock you. Foods marketed as healthy options that nutritionists and longevity experts now warn against. By the end of our time together, you'll have crucial knowledge about which foods to eliminate from your diet and, more importantly, the natural alternatives that can help add quality years to your life. Many of my viewers have reported remarkable improvements in energy levels, reduced inflammation, and better overall health after making these simple dietary changes. Could removing these harmful foods be the missing piece in your health puzzle? Stay with me. This information could literally add years to your life through the power of natural nutrition. Main content. Let's face it, we're not getting any younger. But that doesn't mean we can't feel better, have more energy, and potentially add healthy years to our lives by making smarter choices about what goes into our bodies. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to age so gracefully while others struggle with chronic conditions and fatigue? The secret often lies right in the kitchen. Today, I'm going to share something that might be uncomfortable to hear, but could dramatically change your health trajectory. There are 8 common foods that many seniors consume regularly, sometimes daily, that research now shows could be accelerating the aging process and potentially robbing you of precious, healthy years. But before I reveal these foods, I want to make something crystal clear. This isn't about deprivation or making your meals less enjoyable. It's about making informed choices that honor your body's changing needs after 50. Because let's be honest, our bodies at 60 or 70 don't process foods the same way they did at 30 or 40. Have you noticed this in your own life? Maybe foods you once enjoyed now cause discomfort, or perhaps you don't bounce back from indulgences the way you used to. The first food that seniors should seriously reconsider might surprise you because it's often marketed as a health food. I'm talking about low-fat and fat-free yogurt. You might be thinking, wait a minute, isn't yogurt supposed to be good for me? Well, traditional, plain yogurt certainly can be beneficial, providing probiotics for gut health and calcium for your bones. But here's the problem. When manufacturers remove the fat, they typically replace it with sugar, artificial sweeteners, and other additives to make it palatable. These modified yogurts can contain up to 29 grams of sugar per serving. That's more than some candy bars. This sugar spike can contribute to inflammation, insulin resistance, and potentially increase your risk for type 2 diabetes. Additionally, your body needs healthy fats to absorb certain nutrients and support brain health, which becomes increasingly important as we age. Instead, opt for plain, full-fat Greek yogurt and add your own natural sweetness with fresh berries, which contain antioxidants that fight aging at the cellular level. Have you tried this combination? The natural tang of real yogurt paired with sweet berries creates a satisfying contrast that your taste buds and your body will thank you for. I'd love to know how many of you have been choosing low-fat yogurt thinking it was a healthy choice? Drop a comment below and let me know if this information surprises you. Let's move on to the second troublemaker, vegetable oils. Specifically, I'm talking about processed oils like soybean, corn, canola, and safflower oils. These ubiquitous ingredients are found in countless processed foods and are often used for cooking in many American homes. Here's what makes these oils problematic, especially after 50. They're extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. While we do need some omega-6 in our diet, the typical American consumes far too much. This imbalance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids creates a pro-inflammatory state in the body. And inflammation, as many researchers now believe, is at the root of numerous age-related diseases, including heart disease, arthritis, and even certain cancers. These oils are also often highly processed using chemicals and high heat, which can create harmful compounds that may damage your cells and accelerate aging. Have you checked your pantry lately? These oils hide in salad dressings, mayonnaise, crackers, and virtually every processed food on supermarket shelves. Instead, embrace natural, minimally processed oils like extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or even grass-fed butter or ghee. These contain beneficial compounds that actually support cardiovascular health and provide anti-inflammatory benefits. Olive oil, in particular, is a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, which has been associated with increased longevity and lower rates of chronic disease. Our third offender is something many of us grew up believing was essential for bone health: conventional dairy milk. Now, I can almost hear the protests. But what about calcium? Don't we need milk for strong bones? The relationship between dairy consumption and bone health is actually more complicated than the marketing would have us believe. Some studies suggest that countries with the highest dairy consumption actually have the highest rates of osteoporosis and bone fractures. How could this be? One theory points to the acidity of dairy products. To buffer this acidity, your body may actually pull calcium from your bones, potentially compromising bone density over time. Additionally, many adults over 50 develop some degree of lactose intolerance as they age, even if they tolerated dairy well when younger. This can lead to uncomfortable digestive issues like bloating, gas, and irregular bowel movements. Have you noticed your tolerance for dairy changing as you've gotten older? Instead of conventional cow's milk, consider nutrient-rich alternatives, like unsweetened almond milk fortified with calcium and vitamin D, or incorporate other calcium-rich foods like sardines with bones, dark leafy greens, and sesame seeds. These options provide calcium without the potential downsides of conventional dairy. Number 4 on our list is something many of us reach for when we need a quick energy boost: energy bars and protein bars. The health food aisle is filled with these convenient snacks, many marketed specifically to active seniors. They promise convenience, nutrition, and energy in one tidy package. But have you ever really studied the ingredient list on these bars? Many contain surprising amounts of sugar, sometimes listed under multiple names to disguise the total amount, processed oils, artificial sweeteners, and preservatives. Some protein bars contain more sugar than a candy bar, while providing minimal nutritional benefit. Instead of relying on these processed products, why not create your own energy-boosting snacks? A handful of raw nuts and seeds mixed with a small amount of dried fruit provides healthy fats, protein, and natural sweetness without the additives. Or try apple slices with almond butter for a satisfying combination of fiber, healthy fat, and protein that will keep your energy stable without the crash that follows highly processed options. Do you have a go-to healthy snack that keeps you energized throughout the day? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Our 5th food to reconsider might be on your breakfast table right now. Conventional breakfast cereals, even those marketed as heart-healthy or whole grain. Many popular cereals contain surprising amounts of sugar, sometimes more than 12 grams per serving, along with refined grains that can spike blood sugar levels. This glucose roller coaster is particularly problematic for seniors, as our ability to regulate blood sugar naturally diminishes with age. These repeated spikes and crashes not only affect your energy levels, but can contribute to insulin resistance over time, a precursor to type 2 diabetes and potentially linked to cognitive decline. Additionally, many cereals contain artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives that provide no nutritional benefit and may potentially contribute to inflammation. Have you looked at your cereal box lately? You might be surprised at the lengthy ingredient list for something that should be relatively simple. Instead, consider starting your day with a bowl of steel-cut oats topped with berries and a sprinkle of ground flaxseed. This combination provides slow-release energy, soluble fiber that helps maintain healthy cholesterol levels, and antioxidants that fight oxidative stress, one of the key factors in cellular aging. Number 6 on our list is something many of us use daily without a second thought: artificial sweeteners. Products like diet sodas, sugar-free desserts, and many processed foods contain these synthetic sugar substitutes. While they were once hailed as the perfect solution for those wanting to reduce sugar intake without sacrificing sweetness, research now raises serious questions about their impact on health, particularly as we age. Studies have linked regular consumption of artificial sweeteners to altered gut bacteria, which can affect everything from digestion to immune function. Some research even suggests these sweeteners may actually increase sugar cravings and potentially lead to weight gain, exactly the opposite of their intended purpose. Perhaps most concerning for those of us over 50 is emerging research suggesting a potential link between certain artificial sweeteners and neurological issues. While more studies are needed, why take the risk when natural alternatives exist? Instead, consider using small amounts of natural sweeteners like raw honey, pure maple syrup, or stevia leaves. These options provide sweetness along with beneficial compounds like antioxidants and minerals. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate all sweetness from your life. It's to choose options that provide some nutritional benefit rather than potential harm. Have you tried reducing artificial sweeteners in your diet? What changes have you noticed? Share your experience in the comments below. Food number 7 that seniors should approach with caution: processed deli meats. Lunch meats, hot dogs, bacon, and sausages are convenient and flavorful, but they come with significant health concerns, especially after 50. These processed meats typically contain nitrates and nitrites as preservatives, which can form potentially carcinogenic compounds called nitrosamines when exposed to high heat. The World Health Organization has classified processed meats as Group 1 carcinogens, meaning there is strong evidence linking their consumption to certain types of cancer, particularly colorectal cancer. Additionally, most processed meats are high in sodium, which can exacerbate high blood pressure, a condition that becomes more common with age and increases the risk of heart disease and stroke. They also typically contain saturated fats and additives that may contribute to inflammation throughout the body. Instead of reaching for that ham sandwich or hot dog, consider preparing your own protein options at home. Roast a chicken or turkey. Breast and slice it thin for sandwiches. Cook extra portions of salmon or other fatty fish to use in salads and wraps. These alternatives provide high-quality protein without the potential risks of processed meats. And finally, number 8, margarine and vegetable shortening. These products were once promoted as heart-healthy alternatives to butter, but we now know they can contain trans fats. Even products labeled 0 grams trans fat can legally contain up to 0.5 grams per serving, which are directly linked to increased LDL, bad cholesterol, and decreased HDL, good cholesterol. Even modern formulations that have reduced trans fats are still highly processed and often contain additives, preservatives, and artificial colors. They provide little nutritional value while potentially contributing to inflammation and oxidative stress, 2 key factors in accelerated aging. Instead, choose natural fats like olive oil, avocado oil, or even modest amounts of grass-fed butter, which contains nutrients like vitamin K2 that are important for both heart and bone health. These natural options provide your body with the essential fatty acids needed for everything from brain function to hormone production without the downsides of highly processed alternatives. Now, I can imagine some of you might be feeling a bit overwhelmed. Perhaps you're thinking, what's left to eat if I eliminate all these foods? I completely understand that reaction. Changing eating habits, especially ones we've maintained for decades, isn't easy. But I want to assure you that this isn't about deprivation. It's about substitution and upgrading your choices. For every problematic food I've mentioned, there are multiple delicious, satisfying, and nutrient-dense alternatives that can potentially help extend your healthy years. Isn't that worth making some adjustments to your shopping list? Let's talk about what you should be eating more of to potentially add years to your life. Foods like leafy greens, which are packed with vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients that support cellular health and help combat oxidative stress. Berries, which contain powerful antioxidants that can help protect your brain and cardiovascular system. Fatty fish like salmon and sardines, which provide omega-3 fatty acids that fight inflammation and support brain health. Nuts and seeds, which offer protein, healthy fats, and important minerals like magnesium and zinc that become even more crucial after 50. Have you noticed how vibrant and colorful these recommended foods are? That's nature's way of signaling their rich nutrient content. When your plate is filled with these natural whole foods, you're not just satisfying hunger, you're providing your body with the tools it needs to repair, regenerate, and potentially extend your healthy lifespan. I know making dietary changes can be challenging. What's one small change you could make this week to start eliminating these problematic foods from your diet? Could you swap out that morning cereal for a bowl of oatmeal with berries? Or perhaps replace vegetable oil with olive oil in your cooking? Sometimes the smallest changes yield the most significant benefits over time. Remember, it's never too late to make positive changes to your diet. Your body has a remarkable ability to heal and regenerate when given the proper nutrients. Many of my viewers have reported significant improvements in energy, cognitive clarity, and overall well-being within just a few weeks of eliminating these problematic foods and embracing more natural alternatives. Would you like me to create a free downloadable shopping guide with all the foods to avoid and their healthier alternatives? Let me know in the comments, and if there's enough interest, I'll put that together for you all. I truly believe that food is medicine, perhaps the most powerful medicine available to us. Every bite we take is an opportunity to fight inflammation, support our immune system, and potentially add vibrant, healthy years to our lives. Isn't that worth making some thoughtful choices about what goes on your plate? Before I wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these foods was most surprising to find on the list? Are there any you'll find particularly challenging to eliminate? Share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing about your personal health journeys. If you found this information valuable, please give this video a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone you care about. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to our health, and sometimes the most caring thing we can do is share information that could help someone live a longer, healthier life. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel for more videos on natural approaches to healthy aging. I post new content every week, focused specifically on helping people over 50 optimize their health and longevity through natural means. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Remember, aging is inevitable, but how we age is largely up to us. Here's to making choices that support a long, vibrant, and healthy life.